so loud. No more hiding in the darkened shroud. They build their empires on our pain, but the truth will rise like the pouring rain. We hear the whispers, they cross so loud. No more hiding in the darkened shroud. The chains they forge, they're breaking now, and we will stand, we'll take our vow. This is the fight for your soul, for all that's true. In a world that's bleeding, we're coming through. The light will shine where the darkness hides. With every tear, with every cry, good and evil in a bitter dance. But we'll fight for truth, we'll take our chance. Echoes of exposure ringing clear. In the war for your soul, we have no fear. They trade in bodies, they sell our trust. In their hands, the pure turns to dust. Human trafficking, organ trade. In the dark game, our lives are played. But from the cracks, we see the light. And in the shadows, we learn to fight. No more silence, no more lies. We'll tear the mask from their disguise. The whispers are loud and no more can they run. The truth is shining like the morning sun. They can't escape the lies we bring. And with every voice, the truth will sing. This is the fight for your soul, for all that's true. In a world that's bleeding, we're coming through. The light will shine where the darkness hides. With every tear, with every cry, good and evil in a bitter dance. But we'll fight for truth, we'll take our chance. Echoes of exposure ringing clear. In the war for your soul, we have no fear. We have no fear. For every heart they tore apart, there's a flame that burns in the dark. In every soul, there's a will to rise, to break the chains, to pierce the lies. This is the call, this is the sound. The echoes of exposure shaking the ground. This is the fight for your soul, for all that's true. In a world that's bleeding, we're coming through. The light will shine where the darkness hides. With every tear, with every cry, good and evil in a bitter dance. But we'll fight for truth, we'll take our chance. Echoes of exposure ringing clear. In the war for your soul, we have no fear. We will rise, we'll stand tall. In the war for truth, we'll break them all. Echoes of exposure, loud and true. We're fighting for our souls, for me and you.
Welcome everyone. We have a newish drop today from GK over at Disclosure Hub, Design of Destruction. This just gives a little insight into how easy it is to infiltrate the nasty, the thieving, the destruction, and the pure evil against us all in these little places that we call home. It's not all about the big names, it's not all about the big players. This is prevalent in every aspect of our society. Here we go.
I'm leaving work now because I don't want to be around here later on. It gets dangerous.
You're really worried about being down here at night?
Yeah. In that parking garage, there were 2 kids that were assaulted and shot at. Okay, right in there. If it was up to me right now,
Yeah.
I would pay to have the National Guard come here. Okay? You understand? I grew up in East New York, Brooklyn. You know where that is?
Yeah, of course. East New York.
You ever hear Goodfellas? Okay, that's a true story about what kind of bad neighborhoods can get. That thing, that brick thing,
Oh, that's where the stairs are.
that's called the tunnel.
Okay, what's that mean?
That's a word on the street that if you need drugs, you go to the tunnel and you go to each flight and you could buy all your drugs. I had a customer walk in and out. She got robbed out of a pocketbook the other day. She came in crying. There's a gentleman in the paper today that approached the city with an axe and he was arrested. He smashed me in the face in my alley. I never even called the cops. A young kid. I'm not going to start a fight. I'm 73 years old. Well, guess what? 6 months later, he's got an axe. Okay? He's on the front page of the papers today. Jason somebody. Okay?
And look at all the graffiti you have now, like on that building.
You know, and no one really wants to talk about it. And you have
Yeah.
gangs.
Why are so many people so scared to speak up? So The man that reached out to me, or I got in contact with, really wanted to tell this story. Can't do it on camera. Security can't do it on camera, I guess, from his boss.
This is our public library.
All right, let's check it out. You okay?
Oh yeah, this is a safe.
So what is that? What drug of choice?
Don't make yourselves look stupid. People are staring.
They got the camera on.
Okay, right next to the beautiful library.
Right next to the beautiful library. So their drug of choice is heroin, and meth, and crack cocaine. Anthony he likes crack.
So think of that. You're this mother here bringing your young daughter.
These kids.
Yeah, your son and your daughter.
There's no way I would let my kids sit on that bench.
Why? Pee or something?
Pee, feces, fentanyl.
So this is allowed these days in Arlington.
This is allowed.
This situation.
This is allowed.
Little campground set up, drugs.
You've got
Wow.
Saunders there. Stephen Saunders, who's hunched over. It's you just saw a drug deal right there.
The drug deal.
Yeah. You literally just saw one. They just don't care. They don't care.
Speaking of not caring, I decided to step it up a notch and go ahead and talk to them myself and see what the issue was and how we could fix it. Check this out.
Over, kid. You know. That's the one in the south. Hey, is there anything else? Good.
Hey.
This is about the bigger picture. This is not just Vermont, not just California, but I guarantee you locally near you, this is happening as well.
Used to be my favorite pizza spot. Now people sleep. See this massage parlor? It's open 24/7. 11 p.m. you can come get a massage. Wonder what they're doing up there, huh?
Human trafficking and crime all throughout the USA, a systematic attack on our freedom and our sovereignty. Do you think if you just keep going to work, keeping your head down and grinding, that the bills are going to get cheaper and your wages will get better? The stress is going to increase. Do you think it's a coincidence that this is happening all across the world? Do you think conspiracy is really a theory? Do you think the ones in charge seriously care about us when you can't even go to the grocery store without buying poison?
Let's go. I've been watching you for a while, seeing what you're doing.
Wait,
I'm waiting for KKD. Well, dude, let's go. Let's do this interview. To give me a tour.
yeah, I'm waiting on.
What are you waiting for? Huh? Why? So you get fucked up today? Oh, you getting fucked up today?
Up.
So you getting fucked up today?
Yeah, I don't get fucked up.
Why though? Why waste money on shit? You got nothing else to do?
Well, yeah.
Both of you motherfuckers shouldn't even be out here in this shit. Both of you are better than this shit. Both of you should be fucking balling, dude, with a house. Hustle. Well, right. Everybody hustles. Right, everybody hustles.
I'm just waiting for you up.
Well, I'm just saying, it's all cool hustling until fucking you get popped. But there's no police anyway, so it's fucking chaos. I guess there's only 22 cops in that.
Said him by name.
Hey, no, dude, that Asa girl.
Look, there's.
Well, you're telling me, dude. I'm just watching this video. Like,
Bro, right when she says that, there I am, boom, crossing the road at when I see. I'm like, wow, like I just left out.
yeah.
Like that's fucked up.
What?
There's this video on YouTube that this guy did his interview.
He's got like
big
because I was gonna come down here and snap pictures of people doing fucked up shit, but no one's really doing anything fucked up right now. I have a body camera on too, and my fucking burner in my pocket. I was gonna go fucking great in those drug deals. I don't give a fuck. Why would you care? They're gonna cut you off. They want money.
I don't worry about that, but it's annoying. People fuck all over now.
Yeah, but imagine how people like me feel who want to come downtown and enjoy downtown, and it's all fucked up, right? So I guess we're all annoying then, right? But you gotta do what you gotta do to get what you gotta get. So if I'm gonna pay you to do an interview, at least you're getting paid, right? I gotta go get my sandwich. It should be ready.
You know, the sad part is most of the world will never see how beautiful Burlington once was, right? Just like most of the world will never see how beautiful your area once was, because I guarantee it's suffering from similar side effects. What do you think causes these people to go on the street? Why do you think we all need to smoke so much weed? Why? Because all of these hollow solutions put out here by the ones in charge do absolutely nothing, and no one actually gets healed, and no problem actually gets solved. They just profit as we get deeper into turmoil. So just try not to get confused when the victims turn to predators.
When I go to get arrested, and I got all this shit, I gotta make sure I know where I have one.
What?
I have all of it.
How did the cops arrest him? They were looking for him.
If you got a ball of teen, and he goes, "Quick, get out of here."
How did they?
All this other shit.
So what? There's only 22 cops
I
here.
have all of it.
Wait,
He just
real?
stuff. I have all of it.
Wait,
It says 18K. I don't think it's real.
maybe it's light. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
The pendant's not real. He had it in his pocket.
Well, I mean,
The chain might be a pendant.
this is real and it's heavy.
No, that was fucking.
Yeah, this is heavier.
He had it in his pocket.
Maybe it's not real because it's light.
I don't think
It's probably hollow.
Yeah,
plated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if it was solid, dog, that would be a crazy expensive chain.
mine's solid.
All they found on it was a.
Mine's solid.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
You were with me when I bought it.
No, I thought you just said it was hollow.
No, that's hollow. That one's hollow.
Yeah, it's light.
So I don't understand what. There's only a handful of cops out here. They were looking for him.
Yeah.
Or they just saw.
It's one or two spotted them, and then they radio it, and they all fucking like show up because one, it's at the park. Two, it's Lance. They know he's about drugs, and
They know he's a
the
dealer.
community. Everybody's there, so
They know we're dealers out here. They know which ones are dealers and which. Right, but they can't just pull you when you're not doing anything.
nobody had a warrant.
Oh, okay.
Got all of his money. Yeah, warrant is it, but I'm not like that thing. So he gets out, he'll have all of it.
It is what it is. This is fucking.
And he's in there for more than a day. Then
That's how it starts. It's all gonna disappear.
no, he gives me a needle. He knows I don't fuck with needles.
You smoke weed? No, all that.
Dude. And he smells like a sour. They ain't fucking hot.
Oh yeah. So that's me. I like bathing weed. I just smoke non-stop weed. So.
What is wrong with it? Yeah.
Well, do you want to do an interview or not? Because
We did the garage.
get some good fucking content, make a difference out here. It may make it fucking harder for you to hustle, but dude, you guys have to agree. Growing up here,
Hard for me. It's harder for me to hustle. I just blew my mind.
well, you have to admit, growing up here, we grew up in fucking Vermont. This is fucked up. This whole place is fucked. Not necessarily the people, but the businesses are all closing down.
Yeah.
Everything looks like shit. People are scared to come down here. It's like, dude, if they don't continue to get business, Church Street's gonna shut down.
I've had people in my alleyway right here in Burlington, ODing, dying in front of me, people bleeding, okay? And then they're walking to City Hall and they're walking around it. I couldn't go to work knowing there's a guy on the ground. I'm a business owner in Burlington. I've been a resident of Vermont for 37 and a half years. I came out of New York City. I had a drug problem. I came up here to change my life around, and it worked out for me, so I'm fortunate. But the experiences in Burlington right now that I've noticed since COVID, we've really gone downhill. On a scale from 1 to 10, I look at Burlington as a 2 right now. And what's unfortunate about it is that I don't see any fix. I see people walking around the problem that are getting paid to help fix the problems. I don't see them active doing anything other than relying on other people to put out the fire, put up money, put up housing. There are plenty of rich people. This is one of the richest college communities in the country, and nobody is letting these people, they're walking around on the street, pick them up, give them some warmth, put them in a camp on King Johnson like they did for COVID. I'm handing the state $51,000 to $60,000 a month. I'm collecting taxes for the state, okay? And the municipality and a lot of people are getting these funds. Where are they going? I'd rather put my funds right into where I work, right around here within a 500-foot radius. The $11 million bridge that crosses 89 that they're putting in to go to the gateway of South Burlington. Put the $11 million back here. Are you trying to chase out the people to come down here? They're trying to kill Burlington. I don't see anything really getting done.
Yeah,
they're parading around the state looking for votes, but they're not working down here. What you've got right around here are a lot of poverty pimps, okay? You got a lot of people here that have duplexes, teachers, professionals, Airbnb in their apartments out for $200-300 a day. Why aren't they helping these people? One of them donate 2-3 houses. Okay, they're not donating nothing. They're knocking that down over there to put up an $11 million building that the city raised money for. What are they going to do? Let the rest of the buildings deteriorate? They're going to move one. You've been to East New York, okay? You've been to projects. You understand. What do they want to burn down the neighborhood? They took away the farmers market, that camaraderie and smorgasbord. They blamed it on the trees were old. What are you kidding me? You ruined the vibrance of the city. See, every town has an uptown and a downtown. Okay, our downtown is all downtown. There's no upbeat at all left. None. Burlington is now really, unfortunately, a ghetto. All these buildings are empty. Listen, we need help.
If Church Street shuts down, we get no tourists. If no tourists, dude, this whole place is gonna be like the city. You know what I mean?
That's what happened.
Yeah. So we got to do something. I mean, I understand you guys are flourishing in it. That's cool, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, I'd like to use my journalism skills to fucking tell a story about what's going on. Because
nothing that anybody can ever do.
But people should know, like, why you guys choose to do this. You know what I mean? Like,
the thing with that they're never gonna.
Yeah, but it's like you know, you said a good point. It's like the cops don't care. You can get high on the street, right? And the cops don't care. They're doing this in every state around the United States.
Well, you know where all this heroin coming from? Philly.
Well, what's the answer? Is the answer to get a spot where everybody can go do drugs inside of like the using, what are they called?
They're making it safe.
Yeah. So is that the answer? So what the fuck?
Enabling it.
So what the fuck is the answer?
It's gonna happen no matter what. It helps.
Well, how come it wasn't happening before? Now it's happening now.
Injection plate too.
How come it wasn't happening when we were growing up?
They stop over heroin and all that wasn't a thing. It didn't get here. It's when certain laws happen and it's easier for dealers to transport. Before they didn't know the market up here was that big back in the day. Nowadays they know the market's huge, so they're taking advantage of it. It's like the port of Miami. If they were to reopen that, all the cocaine from Cuba will come right back in the United States and we'd have no problem having kilos out here for $1,000 instead of paying 30 grand.
No one's ever going to stop the drugs and drug sales. That's fine. I don't care. That's not what my goal is.
The growing business in the world is human trafficking.
Oh yeah, and how is that here?
I don't get involved in it.
Well, it's here though. I hear. Dude, that lady in the video says.
I have friends that are trafficked.
Really?
I have parents that are drug dealers, human trafficking. I don't get into pimping out women in that whole deal. That's not me.
But it's here though.
It is here. Oh yeah, it is. I was just 8 years for human trafficking.
Well, it sounds like there's good money in it.
He made phenomenal money. Danny people going here. That's not that shit. So we're kidnapping girls. I won't even fuck a girl right away if they want it. I'm gonna treat them as a boy.
Right. I
don't get down like that.
Yeah, dude. I'm not even someone who makes the first move. It doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
I want to be treated like a boy.
What? Look how excited he is.
Don't get down like that at all. So, the trafficking biz. I don't know if anyone's possible. Everyone does whatever.
No, dude. Again, I'm not here to judge people and what they do. I just want Burlington to fucking start healing. That's all. This is the fucking only place I'm not leaving Vermont. This is my city where I can go to fucking relax and to say hi to people.
Now, what do you think causes this? Is it laziness? Is that what you think? Pain that's never healed and wounds that don't heal manifest in many ways. See, while you're distracted, 1 in 3 kids are touched when they're little and their abusers go and continue on touching. So if you really want to make a difference, save the children.
That's half the fucking issue is the goddamn system eats people and spits them out. And that's what contributes to fucking people not being able to get on their feet, and then they have to hustle.
The system is gone.
I'd still be if I didn't find a way out. So I'm no
the one that's ever great enough to ever have the title to be a drug dealer and run it as part of the government in their pocket is Pablo Escobar. He's the only one that ever done that shit.
Well, that you see. You don't think Bernie Sanders has anything to do with what's going on? They all get paid from Black Lives Matter.
Right, but I don't think.
You know what I mean?
Who's on the national drug?
You never know.
And city councilors voted in favor of researching the opening an overdose prevention site.
Here's a good one, guys. The Burlington City Council feels laws, police, and jail is too harsh for drug addicts. They would rather enable them instead as their city crumbles. Here's Joe. I ruined your fucking city Maggie describing his diaper therapy.
War on drugs hasn't worked. That arresting people, prosecuting them, and putting them in prison does nothing to actually help people.
No, Joe. Give them a hot cup of coffee and a North Face tent and tell them to go scare away shoppers on fucking Church Street instead. That shit's working great. Man, if you had this much compassion for business owners and the people that called Burlington home, this city would be thriving. This isn't about policies. This is about a bunch of little kids having power in Burlington with authority complexes. I mean, what responsible lawmaker would ever let their city be the laughing stock of New England and look like a dumpster fire and refuse to fix a thing? At least if I go to jail for 2 weeks, I come out sober. That's a hell of a lot more than you're doing for these people. Look, it's the Burlington City Council coming back from lunch. They were brainstorming how to defund more police to fix the city's problems. How's that working out for you fellas?
They are the world's biggest drug cartel.
I am a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, and I work South Central Los Angeles, and I will tell you, Director Deutsch, emphatically, and not with the kids.
To the mic, sir, these mics don't seem to be...
I will tell you, Director Deutsch, as a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, that the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time.
All right. All right. All right. Obviously, that is an answer for a lot of you. Now, can you please?
I refer...
All right. Now, can you please?
I refer, Director Deutsch, I will refer you to 3 specific agency operations known as Amadeus, Pegasus, and Watchtower. I have Watchtower documents heavily redacted by the agency. I was personally exposed to CIA operations and recruited by CIA personnel who attempted to recruit me in the late 70s to become involved in protecting agency drug operations in this country. I have been trying to get this out for 18 years, and I have the evidence. My question for you is very specific, sir. If in the course of the IG's investigations and Fred Hitz's work, you come across evidence of severely criminal activity,
Let him speak
and it's classified, will you use that classification to hide the criminal activity, or will you tell the American people the truth?
If you have information about CIA illegal activity in drugs, you should immediately bring that information to wherever you want, but let me suggest 3 places. The Los Angeles Police Department.
For the record, my name is Mike Rupert, R-U-P-P-E-R-T. I did bring this information out 18 years ago, and I got shot at and forced out of LAPD because of this. I've been on the record for 18 years nonstop, and I'll be happy to give you, Congressman, anything that I have.
The gentleman in the beige shirt back there in the back.
My name is James Otis. I'm currently making a documentary on the CIA, and we're interviewing 7 former agents. One was sent down to murder the head of Cuba, Fidel Castro. Another gentleman, Colonel Philip Redinger, was sent down to Guatemala to overthrow the government of Guatemala in 1954. The third agent was actually a spy on Iowa State University campus, where he spied on students, dark-skinned students, foreigners, and people from other countries. He was then sent down to Cuba to poison the food supply in Havana, poison the children of Cuba for whatever reason. So we all, I believe, already know this information, Mr. Deutsch. My question to you is, if we know all of this stuff that the agency has done historically, then why certainly should we believe you today when you say, certainly this could never happen in Los Angeles when it's happened all over the world?
Also was a full-on, even U.S. Army back down to bring cocaine to the border. No go U.S. Army.
Why are you screaming?
That means you're a bad motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
You're a problem. Instead had to leave a country to go find this guy and hunt it for years and years and years. I'm saying,
Dude, that's mind-blowing. Well, that's what happens when you're here every day. Fuck yeah. I used to hang out downtown more often.
Nobody cares what you do, man. And I think that was on me.
Wow. So, right, so he got to you before they got to you. Right? So as they were walking up,
they don't look into it. They don't look inside.
Why?
Oh.
Interesting. So what is that? I probably have never seen it before. What is it? H? So what do you do with it? Just like you used to smoke pills? You just smoke it on the tinfoil like you used to smoke pills?
They found a phenol, and that was the only thing they took on it, and then ball of phenol out of his pocket. Wow, that was crazy. But listen, I've gotten caught with those. The cop thing to look in my pants pocket, and nothing in it. My coffee back, my backpack, opened it up. I had 40-gram ball.
Now, what do you think their goal is? They obviously can't stop this shit, so why, what do you...
Well, they're gonna try.
Do they just fuck with people? Like what? Like the cops, like not being cops, being human beings.
It's a probable cause thing. They got lucky that they found that. They didn't really get the real deal that they were looking for.
Was it those two cops walking down Church Street? I saw two cops walking down Church Street. I'm like, why is there two cops? Because listen, there's only 22 on the force. Some of them are not working.
Yeah.
So there's only a handful of fucking...
When they walked down, they spotted in, they radioed in, knew we had a warrant for burglary. More cops pulled up on the scene, and then after we walking up, and he goes, "Come here, you're the only one I trust out of everybody out here. Take my stuff."
He's gonna be in jail for a minute.
But then they found that no, the cops said they're going to court right now, and they're ready out. So I found that
For burglary though?
yeah,
And he must have priors.
he probably doesn't have to.
So it's not breaking and entering. It's taking from a store. So that's burglary is taken from a store.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're gonna look at. So that's that. He definitely broke out.
So B&E.
Yeah.
And he's not being, and it's only a misdemeanor?
The Class B.
Breaking into someone's house is only a misdemeanor.
Everything Class A.
So I can break into anyone's house, walk out, and I got a misdemeanor? What?
Now, if you did what I did, things like the woman being supposed to be that help, I might get up and hope that that's going to hurt.
You owe your money? You owe your money or something? Wow. Yeah.
Or you put a gun in my mom and my little brother's head 6 times a week for 3.5 hours. Oh, hopefully, no, I would have gotten that. Hopefully, it was great. Now they got 20 grand and 4 contacts.
Well, at least you got something back.
You won't ever do it. I know guys out here that'll literally put a bullet in his head about something.
Really?
Yeah, it's not about the money.
You mean like in the world or here in Burlington? There's people that desperate in Burlington? And of course, dude, don't let Rhea smell that shit. What does it taste like? Describe it. What does it taste like? Like a medicine, like a... And as soon as you blow it out, you feel it right away?
Yeah.
What does it feel like? Euphoria? Better than sex? I never had it, and I'm not going to do it. See, that's the thing about this shit that's so expensive, dude. The wind could just blow the shit out of your hand, bro.
That happened to me yesterday.
Oh. Now, what made you like decide to just say fuck it and just like live this life compared to what you were at one point? What was the fucking catalyst that just said, you know what, I'm done trying to do a shit traditionally? Was it like you just wanted to get high, or you just said fuck it, or you just got tired of shit? What was the thing for you that pushed you? Yeah.
All my family qualified.
Yeah.
Mom, my dad, my grandfather, my grandmother, all 4 of my brothers, all of them been to prison for robbing banks. Everyone in my family is either a junkie or a drunk. There's very few of us that got the drug use.
So what does that mean that you have to participate and follow in that path? Like my mom's an alcoholic, my dad's an alcoholic, and I'm done.
It's a great thing to not do anything.
And you just got pulled in?
Yeah, like
it's magnetic.
You know, it's just who I'm around all the time. I see the money, I see everything that's going, and then, you know, who I'm around, the people I know, I get offered, hey, you know, I get offered a check amount of drugs for free. So do this, eat, suck dick, I watch it.
The drugs are so powerful, I've seen people fucking turn gay. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah, it just runs in my family, and I just also didn't get the, you know, yeah, I'm an addict, but I don't do, never have a day in my life.
Most people are molested. Yeah.
A guy?
Come here.
Look, guys. Again? I'm like, yeah. This is my boy, bro. This is like my brother here, bro.
About the only unity we get in the USA now today is between those who end up in prison together. Does that blow your mind? Where's the love?
Oh, can't really turn that down.
I love how they're just used to it. Nobody. Well, that's all they do is laugh. It's so funny. How did it get to this point? You know what I mean? Remember when we'd be scared to smoke weed out in public? Well, people are just ripping whatever the fuck is. How the fuck did it get like that? How the fuck did it get like that, though? But is it H or is it the police just not doing their fucking job? Well, I'm just saying, like, what? Yeah, but people have always been in the drugs, so.
Oh, my phone died. Fuck.
Dude, I need you to start lining up shit in your life to be on point because. Yeah, so I'm a journalist.
Yeah, I expect you fucking on, my guy.
No, do you not know who the fuck I am? You never heard?
No, I'm not worried about it. I mean, what are you doing? I'm saying, what the fuck is it? This is my bad. I'm going to say is if I see a motherfucker go for him, check me out when I see.
This is a body cam, straight up police cam.
No doubt.
This is a body cam. Well, dude, listen. Yeah. Again, you have absolutely every right in your mind to be worried about it, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to bring back Burlington, so I'm trying to get everybody's story. I grew up with.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't do that to you.
No. And again, I'm not. And again,
I don't care what it is. I'm not.
Again, you know, I'm not hidden mic'd up. You know what I mean? That's not what this is. I mean, look, dude, I got a camera hanging off me. Like,
all I'm saying is, like, listen, I'm gonna break it down further. So you should have it. If you're any gangster that's come up, bro, has to have the fucking feds in their pocket, my guy.
Right.
You need that protection. If you're not okay,
Yeah.
it's either you stay in the middle and you stay safe, or if you step out of that line, you need to have extra help. One thing is if you go into a situation wrong once, somebody's not gonna
Oh, of course. Well, listen. Look. Me neither. I'm out here. Listen, I'm out here just trying to get a story. All right. I'm out here just trying to get a story. Did you grow up here?
No, he's my.
Well, first of all, this is non-lethal. First of all, did you grow up in Burlington? So I grew up here too, and I don't mind everybody doing their shit, but Burlington's fucking dying. Yeah. And I just saw a video this morning of somebody going out who didn't grow up here. He came back, and dude, in the video, they call out Steve. They're like, "Oh, Steve Saunders is right here. I don't even know who this bitch is." But I want to come down there. I want your side of the story. I want to know why the fuck you guys are out here. Why, you know, everybody's looking at everybody talking fucking shit.
So check this out, like, cause you don't have to explain to me. I fuck with you. If you ever need anything, like some like motherfuckers like have your back, like you need these guys to watch you out here. If you're, like, there's some hood niggas, bro. If you get in a different situation, you better shoot somebody in the face for that shit. That shit should be cool.
Well, this is a deterrent. You don't want to play with burn-ups because if somebody has a real gun, they'll shoot you. Well, if someone has a real gun and you have this, you're done. So 2 of them are plastic, and then I have pepper in there too. Yeah. The pepper bag. There's OC. It's OC powder. This is in case, like, I'm talking to people and someone, like, gets fucking crazy.
How much is that?
115.
And then the jacket, is that built in?
No, this is a magnet. Yeah, so you $30 for this magnetic thing. So I'm a journalist. I've been fighting COVID lockdowns for fucking 5 years. That's why I have all this shit. So I go and I press police all the time. But this is a Nikon P1000. I can zoom into the fucking moon. I can see craters on the moon. It's the highest zoom that you can get. This is day one, dude. Wow, this is day one.
I can take you into some hood shit, bro. Like, you know,
it'd be nice to show the world like what's going on and like here
get some shiesties though.
Yeah, whatever.
We can block out and then.
Whatever, dude. I'm down with whatever. I don't
I'm
even
saying
if
you
I
can make
die.
good
You
money.
know?
I'm saying even if
Not
you're
even
doing
about
that,
money.
you should just go all the way.
Bro, it's not even about money. I want to save Burlington because all of the store owners on here, like, it's fine. Everyone's doing their thing, but the store owners, you know, there's like, you're not sleeping in front of storefronts. You're not shitting in front of storefronts.
Not far from it.
Issue is people shitting and pissing in front of storefronts and shit like that. It's like we're going to lose tourist business, and then that tax money that's disappeared is going to make more money on us to pay more money, and then we really won't be able to afford fucking rent, and then I'll be on the fucking street.
Yeah,
so you know what I mean?
I'm just really be like putting homeless people in like a certain area and letting them go wild because they're kind of doing that right now. They're just moving them around.
I just feel like they're doing it on purpose and they're making money from it. The politicians in Vermont are making money from this.
Oh yeah.
And that's the only reason why they're letting it fucking get destroyed.
The thing is like the most like people that are most vulnerable are the ones that are getting shit on. You know what I'm saying? Like the people. Yeah, I do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'll give you a pass. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, the issue is, you know, a lot of people start hearing voices after doing drugs, and then they're fucking stuck in their mental health, and fucking they're just stuck in this loop. And
you hear that?
I wouldn't fully judge anybody if you're locked up and you do something. You know what I mean?
I told you not to call me. I'm not even being rude right now. I told you no, I can't. I told you not to say gay. If you call me gay again, I'm either walk away or break your whole shit. So.
Did I call you gay?
One more time after I told
probably
you.
I don't think I ever called you gay.
I'm just saying.
I don't think I ever called you gay.
Yeah, you're like, you even realize you're gay, and I let it slide. I'm not even being.
Oh, I can kick a joke though. I mean, as much as you could kick ass.
No, I just put
Yeah.
Probably gonna walk away. I'm saying if you come at me and be like, "Yo, you're a faggot again," I don't know.
All right. So if you call me gay one more time, then that means you're gay. No, that's all. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna hurt you, but if you call me gay, that just means you're gay. So if you call. Well, then that means you're gay. So don't call yourself gay, because then you have to beat yourself up. That's fucked up.
Yeah. What kind of watch is that? No, that's fucking. I'm definitely fucking gay. I'm happy.
What? Oh.
Hey, people aren't bad. They're actually some of the nicest people. It's just if they cross the line and then you set a boundary. Oh, check this out. Great story. Oh, hey, Jay, this is this last summer. And he's like, brand new Forerunner, white. And he's like, hey, you look rough. You need food or anything? And I was like, I'm good. I was like, you got drunk still? And he's like, got some meth. Long story short, smoking meth at a blue stone. He's like, hey, I got a nice house. You want to take a shower? And I didn't seem gay at all. And plus, I'm good. We get there, right? And then he's got a dude there. And I'm going to make this short. And I can tell he's gay. Bro, they hand me the VR and it stopped pouring on him. So as soon as they did that, I'm like, hold on. Meth, 2 dudes, porn, nice house. Oh, fuck. Like, I get where this is going. Anyway, they never crossed the line. So when I go into Valley Vista, get some staff there. Both these motherfuckers. Yeah. Valley Vista done.
Seriously?
You have dudes on the street trying to fuck them. Wow. Bro, I could tell they were nervous, and I was out of this weird vibe, but it was mad comfortable. But I think they're just trying to approach, like, see how desperate I was? You know what I mean? Like, for money? Because they obviously are free.
Where did he go? Come on.
He fucking gets
Come on.
He got all that shit. It's why he's going somewhere and he's gonna get high. And he's gonna try to make some money. He's gonna do his round.
But why do you guys do this every day?
What you do? Get your shit and
You don't get sick of it? Why?
what else can I do? I don't have a job.
Well, you could find one.
I want to do it at the same time. I just been lazy. Whatever you're doing.
So do you think that's the big thing? Is that like people are just lazy? And that if you give them a way to be lazy, then they will be lazy? Is that what it is? No? Or is it really the addiction?
Or, yeah, once you,
So you think it's just the detox?
the whole process. Everything you have to go through, and then the things, and you can't get fucking bored if you're so tired.
So you're just, it's basically a trap that when people get stuck in it, they're stuck in this fucking cycle.
Yeah. I only enjoy it because I'm on like a rock bottom thing, you know, I'm fine.
Well, what is rock bottom?
I got on the street, you know, having a place, having absolutely nothing. I usually have money in my pocket every day. I usually have other shit.
Bro, what the fuck?
I have a place to stay, yeah.
Is this a library or a church?
It's connected to it.
What do you mean? To the Memorial Auditorium? Are you fucking serious? So this church goes underground. This church goes underground and it connects to that building.
Right over there, the one across the street.
Yeah. That's connected too?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. So all three of these buildings?
Hey, I got shut down. Didn't go that far.
Your NDA is expired and you could talk about this. You used to work at a secret Starbucks. Is that right?
Yeah, there is a Starbucks that is like above reserve, like a Starbucks no one's ever heard of or been to. All right. Have you ever wondered while driving in Los Angeles, how come you've never seen like Will Smith stuck in traffic on the 405?
Yeah.
I've never seen a 1%er just in their car stuck in traffic.
Why is that?
That's because there's a series of intricate tunnels underneath Los Angeles known as the actor bomb. I'm not kidding. Like, they get access points to move through the city without ever having to be in traffic. You can come up in LAX. You can pop up at Dodger Stadium. Underneath there in those tunnels is Starbuckses set up at different locations to allow them to get coffees while they're driving. All of them. Seinfeld.
You've seen
Oprah,
Seinfeld down there?
Bono. I've seen Seinfeld down there. Dude, almond milk latte, 2 shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he a good tipper?
They don't have to pay.
So this has been underneath Los Angeles for a few years now. I mean, how long has this been there for?
I mean, it predates me. It seems like the city was built on top of it. So, I mean, I think this goes all the way back to the 20s.
This doesn't seem real almost. This is crazy.
I imagine how I sound saying it to people.
So the Memorial Auditorium is connected to this church underground and then that building underground. Yeah. And you're going to tell me that no other buildings are fucking connected?
No, they are, obviously.
Bro.
Downtown has a whole underground system.
Can we get into it?
I know where the entrances are.
Bro, if you can get me into it, if you can find any other homeless person that knows more and can navigate well, that's worth a lot. I want to go into it. I want to go inside.
We won't be able to right now. Yeah, this is the entrance to the underground tunnel system. And then there's, I don't know if it connects to the bunker that's there too. There's an underground old bunker from the war that was there.
What?
Yeah, there was a war, dude, on Battery Park and shit. I found gun barrels in the woods of Battery Park.
Do you understand how much that's worth?
Oh, I know I lost it.
Think about how high, like, look at where the water is. Look at how much dirt that there is for them to dig. Yeah, how would you get in there, though? Burlington Electric, I don't think it goes anywhere underneath.
No, my phone's dead. I can't even look it up.
See, the scary thing about me is I bring theory to life. It's no longer a joke. It's no longer a game. Not only have I researched this, but I've been to some of the tunnels underground that are connecting some of the buildings, and I've recorded it with the same body camera that I have on right now. This is real. Are they used for nefarious purposes? There is yet to be any evidence of that, but I will continue to research and discover new things and share them. Just remember, there are a lot of things in this world that we don't know. I've made it my job to explore them. If you'd like to see my findings and you have an open mind, please check out thedisclosurehub.com.
Solomon says that God answered his prayer and sent an angel down with a ring to give him a ring, and that ring gave him power over the spiritual world. And Solomon uses it in what seems to be an attempt to help humanity. He claims that he used the authority of the ring to summon all the principalities of the world, the Nephilim, that are these disembodied spirits going around causing all this illness and different things. And he does several things. He interviews them as to what they hate, what casts them out, and like what angel is over them, that they, if that angel comes, they'll flee. Michael or Raphael or whatever, right? He writes all this stuff down, and this becomes witchcraft. For instance, one of the demons told him, I was in the land of Persia or whatever, but I left because someone was cooking fish. A fish gallbladder burning over an open fire drives me nuts. It's like putrid to me because I'm a water-based demon, and something like we don't smell burning things underwater, and so seeing it in the open air just makes me want to vomit, and so I left. Solomon's like, that's interesting information. I'm going to write that down. So if you want to repel a water demon, burn the gallbladder of a fish over an open fire in the month of June on a full moon or whatever. And that became a spell, which is where witchcraft comes from. Does that make sense?
It does.
The pentagram they use in their prayer circles is an homage to the Ring of Solomon. Solomon called it a prayer circle. He used to use the names of God, Adonai, and different powerful names of God to keep the demons from getting to him while he's not playing these games with them, interviewing them. He would summon them, milk them for information, forcing them to comply with the ring, and then basically saying, okay, you go over here. He would enslave them to build the temple of God. That's why they think all these rocks, the pyramids and stuff were built by these types of things. So the Masons come out of this as well. One of the highest ranking demons that Solomon enslaves to be a worker in the temple, he makes him a stone cutter and a mason, which is where the Masonic order seems to come with this demonic. Does that make sense? It's like all tied together. So Solomon summons all these guys, writes down a list of everything they hate based on starts to categorize and map out the spiritual world for the sake of humanity being able to control them. Because at this point, these things are running around tormenting the world. Solomon's trying to get a hold of it. So he's basically the sorcerer supreme, if you think of it like that. But he realizes that you can enslave the entire spiritual world if you get their bosses. They have to follow. And now you've cleared the world of demons, and guess what he trapped them in?
What?
A brass vessel, a lamp. This is where the legend of genies comes from. It's also the idea of Pandora's box. All the evil of the world trapped in one little bitty vessel, right? He throws it into the lake, drowning them. The world prospers. His kingdom prospers. Everything's good. No evil, no wars, no nothing. Humanity, hearing the legends of this, start trying to dive the sea to figure out how to get this lamp back up so they can release these things so that they can manifest. This is like literally manifestation. That's why it's so dark and deep. Very ancient roots to these things. They want stuff. These things have power. And while they were horrible and tormenting us, they also gave us what we wanted if we worshiped them, right? So they opened Pandora's box. Solomon's still in control because of the ring. But at this time, and this is where Balaam comes back in, guess what they did to trip up Solomon? They sent a woman to cause him to fornicate, who forced him as a literal prerequisite to sleeping with him. You have to worship my foreign god. They always try to get God to punish us through our sin because they can't curse us because of the authority we have in Christ. So they released Pandora's box. Solomon's still in control, but now he's being tempted to, if you want to marry the queen, I think it was the Queen of Sheba, you have to worship Moloch. So he sacrifices to Moloch, and he said the second he did it, said, I immediately felt the Spirit of God depart from me. Said, as I continued to do it, I felt it completely abandon me, and I became the sport of the demons I once controlled. Spent the rest of his life tormented by demons and giving into all these different things. Now that God wasn't protecting him, he became a master of witchcraft to try to force these things to not be able to. He tried to take it into his. It's like, God's abandoned me. They're going to kill me. They're going to ruin my life. I have to figure. And so he comes up with all these spells he wrote. I remember so-and-so said he hates gallbladders. And so he started, get me 3 gallbladders of this. And he basically became a sorcerer in order to ward off the demonic world, which is now at his doorstep. And this is the birth of witchcraft. Solomon really perfected the art of the modern occult through his desperation to ward off the spiritual world after God left to abandon him.
It just says ritual. Like, why is this here? Yeah, but I thought you said there's tunnels in the Memorial Auditorium. Can we get in there?
Because a year ago, me and Kevin and all the police were on there, and they realized that, and they just thought that there was one with cotton copper pipes, cleaned it out, and
what?
They're clearing it open, dude, all of a sudden there's water flowing in everywhere.
What the fuck?
It was crazy.
Bro,
We got back up.
you see what this is?
Yeah, it's
Look at the fucking star. I bet you don't know what the fuck that is. That's a Mason star.
Probably the ritual area.
You're right, bro. This is right above where the fucking we gotta get in there.
There used to be a sign, dude. I know there used to be because that's how I know about it.
Yeah, her feet are gonna had about enough. I gotta get back to the fucking car.
A network of tunnels and secrets are being discovered beneath Melbourne in what's been described as a subterranean city.
The most elaborate tunnel network in the world, they say.
Did you know there is actually a whole city, a whole network underground beneath our very feet? We weren't actually allowed to show the secret entrance in the station because it's so top secret.
So as crazy as it is simple, a lot of you won't have the time or the mind to stop and even fathom things like this. Some people just won't go this deep, and I completely understand. But my job is to do it for you. So if you want to take some time and stop watching Netflix, have an epiphany moment with me, learn things, expand your mind, gain knowledge, gain power, be in service to the world, and make an actual difference and have a mission in your life. Understand that there are deeper layers to this existence. We only see a sliver. All of politics is a lie. Nothing is true and nothing is false. You must use percentages because the truth and false is always contained on both sides. You must carve your own path.
Howard Cave, and it is the creepiest cave I've ever seen. It was owned by the Freemasons. As you can see their logo on top of the cave, it was supposedly used for annual meetings and get-togethers for members from all around the world. It was being used since 1938. Before the Freemasons took control of the cave, the local Native Americans would say that specific cave was a passageway to the underworld. Coincidence? I think not. And supposedly is where they held demonic rituals. Knowledge of the cave started spreading in 2019. That's when they decided to put the gate up, saying that they were afraid for people's safety because they did have an underwater canal under the cave and didn't want anybody to get hurt. Or maybe they just didn't want y'all to find anything. Because a blogger on YouTube who was exploring the cave found a pile of bones and children's shoes.
Pair 1. I think it's an old shoe. I'm not gonna touch them. Okay. See the bones.
Now, an excuse from one of the members that was given was, it was most likely either animals that brought the shoes and bones in, like small critters, or the underground canal flooded and brought them in. They also blamed the vandals who would break into the cave for the shoes and bones being there. But people believe something more sinister is going on. I mean, why wouldn't they? Over 500,000 kids go missing every year in the United States.
Suspects in California are accused of running a fake police department and put under arrest. One of the suspects even works for California Attorney General Kamala Harris. I'm 48 Hours Crimesiders, Michelle Sagona. The ruse began in January when the San Diego Sheriff's Office says various police chiefs in Southern California began to receive letters from the Masonic Fraternal Police Department. The letter said specifically that David Henry was now the chief and he was requesting a meeting with each agency. According to a press release, Captain Roosevelt Johnson of the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff's Office actually accepted a meeting with Henry, Tonette Hayes, and Brandon Keel. They showed up dressed in uniforms and said they were setting up shop in the area. All three were arrested and now charged with impersonating a peace officer. The group claims to have jurisdiction in 33 states and in Mexico. They allegedly believe they're descendants of the Knights Templar and that their group was founded 3,000 years ago. But medieval scholars say their claims are incorrect and that the Knights Templar was founded during the 12th century Crusades in Jerusalem. Their mission was to protect pilgrims visiting the Holy City, and they answered to the Pope. Some historians speculate that they were tasked with finding precious religious relics during the wars. The legend of the Knights has been featured in popular Hollywood films like The Da Vinci Code,
The Knights Templar.
But the Templars were created to protect the Holy Land.
That was a cover.
and National Treasure. As for the suspects, police say after serving a search warrant, they uncovered an array of badges, weapons, uniforms, and even police-type cars and equipment at 2 different residences. A next-door neighbor who referred to David Henry and Tonette Hayes as a couple spoke out to KCBS.
I always see them with their uniform, so I thought they were part of any chief department. I didn't know it was something fake.
On the website, the group describes how they are different from police departments. The site says, quote, "We are born into this organization. Our bloodlines go deeper than an application. This is more than a job, it's an obligation." Investigators have not determined a purpose or a motive for the organization. Authorities also believe others may be involved, and they're accepting your tips to lead them to other suspects.
What's the deal with the Freemasons? When did this start? This goes all the way back to deep antiquity. We're talking about 30,000 plus years ago. There were these brick masons in ancient Kemet called the Shatu. There was a pyramid war. There were 2 pyramid wars. The second pyramid war in the tablets talks about the fact that the Shatu helped Amun-Ra escape through a hidden passage in one of the pyramids. And before he left, he decreed that he would leave the kingdom to his Ra-Kam. Kam translates into shield, Ra shield. Over time, it became Rothschilds that are now running the planet.
Be a Shriner, you got to be a Mason. Before you be a Knights Templar, you got to be a Mason. And the more you go up in that pyramid, and the highest you could go is a Rothschild. Right. They're the highest of the highest. Really? Yeah, the children of Satan. Moloch is the actual owl that they worship out in California, all these big shots. And that's where they make the presidents, too. Really? They make presidents there. Oh, yeah, you have to be a Freemason to be there. All the presidents were Freemasons. Okay. A small portion weren't, but they were Jesuits. This is the same thing. Okay. Yeah, even the Pope. Yeah, everything is controlled by the white and black Pope. Yeah. So black and white, which is white and black tiles, is where we have our temple. That's where you get that. Yeah, the yin yang, the good versus evil. You got to have one of the balance. They know which president they're going to make. They make them. All this political stuff, right, that's just BS. Right. The all-seeing eye is the Lucifer. Right. Underneath them is the Rothschilds. Underneath them is the Council of 13. Underneath them, you got the Council of 33.
True aspects of mystic power are more fascinating, or buried more deeply in esoteric teachings and symbols. Thus, it was accessible only to selected candidates who had gone through the fires of initiation and vows of secrecy.
Underneath them, you got the Council of Foreign Relations. And underneath them, you got like 6 big companies. They own all the real estate and they own all media. The Masons are the foot soldiers of the Illuminati. You understand the pyramid, right? Yes, yes. It's shaped like a triangle, right? So we're at the very bottom. Rothschilds, they run all that from their house. They don't leave that house. Why is that? I mean, because that's where the devil dwells. The devil could only be in one.
Well, what's wrong with being a Freemason, right? Well, a lot of people see that a lot of elites at the top are all Freemasons, and it ties into Skull and Bones, it ties into the Jewish Kabbalah, it ties into Satanism, it ties into a lot of things. And basically, we see that a lot of low-level Freemasons don't see what's going on until they're in it so long, have built their brotherhood up so much that when they get told the truth, they will still stay in there, right? So the truth at the end, when they realize, is that they're really worshiping Satan 100%. There's pentagrams. They do say they have the Freemason, the Masonic Bible, but I promise you they do not believe in Jesus as the focal point.
This man grills a 32nd degree Freemason, asking him who his supreme authority is.
There's no way you believe in fraternity over truth.
That's why I joined, to get the truth, because everyone.
Do you think you found it? That's a no. No. Nothing no.
You went through 32 degrees. You haven't found anything? 30th, 31st, 32nd, 33rd. You guys adhere to a supreme authority named Lucifer on page 321 of Morals and Dogma.
I'm pure and virtuous and wholesome and innocent. How can you say anything bad about me?
Sir, you need to be born again.
I am born again.
Now, did you just say that you are Lucifer?
I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
Lucifer is?
Yeah.
Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy...
Virtuous.
Virtuous. Now, see the Lucifer that God created?
That's the same one.
Oh, man, this is great. I'm going to put this on the internet.
Every Mason answers this like in a bland way. What's the significance of the apron?
Well, it represents the purity.
What is it covering? It's covering the life force energy, the penis.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that? The significance is you're hiding the generative principle. The Egyptians did wear the apron still, even without the G, because they understood everything is built by that the will of the universe, the sexual essence.
Yeah.
So would you say it's a sex cult?
What?
It is a sex cult. All your secret powers are behind that apron. What's behind the apron is the penis. When the flap goes up, the penis is getting erect.
I was a young child. I was being raped by my father. My father is a Freemason. As me, as a kid, I was about 11, 12 years old. At the time when these images were taken, I was going to school every day. I had, on the surface, a normal life. But I was taken to a lot of rituals in the Grand Lodge, or sometimes more locally in the local area where I live.
What was the main way in which the Freemasons abused children, and you specifically?
The main way was rape, but the worst ways were using your hand to kill another being. I saw a little boy being murdered.
Yeah, Dad. Check it out. So this is more than a little disconcerting. It's just a pile of shoes and some bones in there.
There's like bones. There's bones.
A pile of shoes and bones.
There's like ribs and stuff.
Yeah, that's a bone right there. Actually, there's quite a few bones.
Ben Franklin, they found tons of bodies in his...
Ben Franklin was a serial killer?
No, he was like doing some weird shit.
Was Ben Franklin's basement filled with skeletons? Repairs on Franklin's old London house turned up 1,200 pieces of bone from at least 15 people. For nearly 2 decades. By the way, this is from the Smithsonian.
Damn.com.
For nearly 2 decades leading up to the signing of the Declaration of Independence, Benjamin Franklin lived in London in a house on 36 Craven Street. In 1776, Franklin left his English home to come back to America. More than 200 years later, 15 bodies were found in the basement, buried in a secret windowless room beneath the garden. From a 1 meter wide, 1 meter deep pit, over 1,200 pieces of bone were retrieved. Remnants of more than a dozen bodies, 6 were children. Forensic investigation showed that the bones dated to Franklin's day. Holy shit.
And this evening, getting under the skin of the Ivy League, those 8 old, definitely distinguished colleges that are known for their ivy-covered buildings and their sometimes superior attitudes to other colleges and universities, which often gets under the skin of people who went elsewhere. Yale University is 300 years old this year, and were you to visit its campus, you would see that it still has exotic clubhouses, which look like tombs where Yale's legendary secret societies meet. Their prestige and importance have largely evaporated, but the rituals are still a secret. And so when we heard that some enterprising characters had managed to spy on the famous Skull and Bones Society, we couldn't resist. Here's ABC's Dan Harris.
The videotape provides a grainy glimpse into what appear to be the initiation rituals of a secret society that's been around since 1832, whose members have gone on to be leaders of Wall Street and the White House, the Senate and the Supreme Court.
They're sort of trying to scare the initiates, make them, disorient them, frighten them.
New York Observer investigative reporter Ron Rosenbaum accompanied a team of Yale students who shot these pictures 9 days ago. Rosenbaum's curiosity about Skull and Bones was permanently piqued when, as a classmate of George W. Bush, he lived right next to the Tomb, the group's heavily fortified home. From their perch, Rosenbaum and his cohorts taped the Tomb's courtyard. What they captured, they say, was initiates, known as neophytes, being forced to kiss a skull, then members performing a mock killing. It may look like your average fraternity nonsense, but Rosenbaum says it's not.
Even though it may seem silly to us, it seems to mean something to them, and you can't argue with the success of Skull and Bones.
True. Famous alums include senators John Kerry and John Chafee, to name 2, cabinet secretaries such as Averell Harriman, and 3 presidents, William Taft, George Bush, and George W. Bush, who's been reluctant to talk about Skull and Bones.
Does it still exist? The thing is so secret that I'm not even sure it still exists.
Edward VII, Edward VIII, and George VI were all Freemasons, as were 18 dukes and princes, including the Duke of Edinburgh.
This year, His Royal Highness Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, celebrates his 50th year as Grand Master of the United Grand Lodge of England.
His Royal Highness was proposed into Freemasonry by the then Grand Master, the Earl of Scarborough.
He was initiated into Royal Alpha Lodge number 16, an advocate for the craft all over the world, continuing 3 centuries of distinguished royal tradition at the very heart of English Freemasonry.
Order, brethren, to receive the most worshipful but Grand Master.
Break down my walls, but I will rise again, 'cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes and stay silent since they try to take me down?
Potentially hundreds of military employees and contractors who may have bought child pornography online.
So when I see my people fight off the evil, just know this ain't new. A picture can be framed, but every eye will see a different view. So when I hear the chants, when I hear the screams, when I see the horrible scenes, when I see the horrid things coming from human beings, I pray that one day a new way will take over.
It's all about the children,
what it's like
right?
to breathe life in a coma. We're so blind to the pain of the other. We must see beyond me in the struggle. Break down my walls, but I will rise again, 'cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes as they silence sins? They try to take me down with their violence. Compassion, empathy, open heart. I know it's hard. Some march on the boulevard, some build, some pull apart, some blame, some do their part. Bring light when we're in the dark. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Scarred face, burnt arms, it's alarming how can't hold space. Multiple truths, multiple hues. Talk about vacuums, sucked into the social chat rooms. Discuss, but ain't taking no action. Thinking that you know, but it's only a fraction. How you get the answers without asking? The math ain't math. Break down my walls, but I won't rise again, 'cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes as they silence sins? They try to take me down with their violence. So many persons hurting, but they still put the work in, and you can't try and chase things that are more uncertain than they've ever been. Submersion to open seas. Look at all these vets with PTSD, zero discernment, to decipher the codes, thinking you know. Easy to eat the apple from the serpent. Media servant, regurgitate these words for what purpose? Are you adding more fuel to the flames? Will this bring change? Will this sustain? Or will this be another stain that adds to the pain? Break down my walls, but I won't rise again, 'cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes as they silence sins? They try to take me down with their violence. Break down my walls, but I won't rise again, 'cause I stand tall in my environment. How could I ever close my eyes as they silence sins? They try to take me down with their violence. But I will rise again.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Hope there was something in that for you. Open our eyes to what happens around us. Like I said at the beginning, it's not just the big names. As always, if you see something in this that you think can help someone, please do share it to them from here or from Disclosure Hub directly. It's all about getting people to open their eyes and see, not about numbers. Full stop. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining. See you all soon.